Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh, respected elders, esteemed guests, and supporters of Colourful Heritage. I stand before you today as a proud great-grandson of a peddler in the 1950s and of a bus driver in the 1960s, as a grandson of entrepreneurs in the 70s and 80s, and the son of university graduates in the 90s. My name is Humzah. I am 14 years old and proud to be a true GlaswegAsian. It's an honour to speak to you today at this first of its kind exhibition. Doing so allows me to express my gratitude on behalf of the millennial generation as we make our own contributions to modern day Scotland. What we have today we owe to our past. As a fully signed up member of the exclusive Post Generation Club, it would be very easy for me to forget how fortunate I am to be walking the streets of this friendly and cosmopolitan city of Glasgow. I am a thorough 21st century Scot, but one who recognises the firm roots leading all the way back to the timeline of my forefathers to the great Punjab region of Pakistan. After all, in the words of author Terry Pratchett, if you don't know where you come from, then you don't know where you are. And if you don't know where you are, then you don't know where you're going. And if you don't know where you're going, you're probably going wrong. My great-grandparents arrived with just a few pounds in their pockets and set to work in this strange and foreign land, only to find themselves as a vital part of the fabric of the society. As Alex Salmond has put it, South Asians quickly became a central thread in the Great Scottish Party. Other political parties are also building. So what does the exhibition mean to people of my age and generation? It's a celebration of those early South Asian families who came to Glasgow and the many positive contributions they made to the Scottish society we live in today, such as growing the economy and creating employment via their business startups, and raising the bar for culinary delights. It is only fitting that the efforts of South Asians in Scotland should be recognised and enjoyed by all. I am sure those who visit this exhibition will be inspired and uplifted by the example. However, it is also a challenge, particularly for my own generation. We need to live up to their example by participating as possible and sharing what we have to offer as Scottish people with a South Asian heritage. The fascinating stories captured so beautifully by the Colourful Heritage Project can help us to aspire as our ancestors did. Please take the time to carefully read through all the unique exhibits that will take you back to a different time and era, one which should not be forgotten.
My name is Raniyah, and this is my sister Samiyah, and we are the great-granddaughters of Bashir Mama. Today, we are going to be talking about why the exhibition is important to our generation and why the Colourful Heritage stories are an important part of our history. This exhibition is important for our generation as we hope to learn and be inspired by what our ancestors accomplished and the way in which they succeeded, despite being immigrants and facing numerous barriers. Our generation may not know as much as they should about where their ancestors originated from and just how hard they worked and overcame many obstacles. Subsequent generations have had it relatively easy as our ancestors worked hard for their families, and as a result we have not had to face many difficulties as they have. Due to all of this, we have easily integrated into the Scottish society. I have often wondered what motivated our elders to immigrate to Scotland and how they earned their living. The 70 stories captured online in the video answer these questions, allowing us to experience first-hand accounts of each individual stories. Had these stories not been documented, we would have lost such valuable information and knowledge. Our generation should know what their ancestors have done.
Colourful Heritage does indeed capture, celebrate and inspire the stories and heritage of early South Asian and recent migrants to Scotland, not only highlighting the difficulties they faced, but the acceptance and integration into the Scottish host community. The videos of our elders, for me personally, is very moving. Their emotion and sentiments made their stories come to life. Imagine arriving in a foreign country, not knowing the language or culture, not knowing your bearings and having very little money and being exposed to racism. Our elders have endured so much, they overcame many obstacles and have become very successful members of society. They are very grateful to the Scottish Host community for their generosity and acceptance, and are also very patriotic, perhaps more so than the average Scot. Without these documented stories, I would not have come to know about the experiences of my great-grandfather and many other South Asian immigrants. Therefore, this exhibition is very important for our generation and the future generations. Our elders' stories are a great example to us that all nothing is impossible. Hard work, strength of character, and sheer determination can enable you to achieve the impossible. As Alice Salmon said, the Asian community have woven themselves into great hearts of Scotland.